I just picked up the Frieght 10-inch tile saw. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing and assembly. We'll run a test of it. I also picked up the tile saw stand because I don't want to be bending over when I'm using this thing, and it'll just be easier if it's upright and kind of counter height. So I'll do an unboxing. If you guys can please subscribe, that would be awesome. Give me a thumbs up or thumbs down after the video is done. Let me know if you guys liked it and leave a comment, and I will start this. So, as I assemble the tile saw, I'm going to put it on the stand so that I don't have to do it all on the ground, and just assemble it on the stand. When I was assembling the tile saw base to the stand itself, I noticed that they powder coated over the threads of that one bolt that mounts the tile saw to the stand. So what I did was I found the threading. It's 1.25 millimeters, and I believe it was an M6. And I just basically retapped the threads. And what that allows me to do is to install the tile saw to the stand really easily, and I'm not messing up the threads. So I'll be able to take it off and on much easier than if I didn't tap out the threads. Plus, it's going to keep the threads much cleaner, and probably it'll allow them to last a little bit longer. So to attach the head, you're going to use these 4 longer bolts and these 2 shorter ones and 2 spacers. So I put in the top screw here through the spacer that was already in the frame, which was confusing because it only came with 2 spacers outside of the frame. Maybe they do that so that you know where to put them. But after I put those 2 in, I tightened them down real quick with an Allen head. That way they would be snug just while I put in the other 2 screws. Then you put in the 2 spacers, and then the 2 bolts following it. Also, I tighten these down, not too tight, because I need to put in the other 2 bolts. I got to put in these 2 bolts, which have the nylon lock nuts on them. So this was kind of a pain because it wasn't, I should have been using a ratchet wrench, They don't give you a 17 millimeter wrench to tighten the nuts down with, so you got to provide that with the tools that you already have. So after I got these in, I then just tightened up all the bolts snug, including the 4 outside ones that you saw previously. So I couldn't figure out how to not allow the tile saw sliding top to come off of the track. But it was actually this little black piece of plastic right here with the slot running parallel to the track. And if you end up turning it to where it's not parallel, it doesn't allow the table to come off of the track. The handle was really easy to attach. The screws were already installed on it, so just unscrew them, put them on the tile saw base, screw them in, and you're done. I didn't tighten these too tight because the nut inside of the handle doesn't look too sturdy, so I didn't want to strip some threads out. Then I put in the water tub, and I installed the water pump. You gotta make sure that the pump tube is facing the outside because you gotta attach it to this little tube right here. I'll probably put a zip tie on that just to make sure that it doesn't come off. Then I put on the angle guide. This is pretty cool. I'm glad this came with the tile saw because this is going to make cutting 45 degree, 22.5 degree angles on tiles very easy. Hopefully it's accurate. The next step would be to install your blade. I haven't purchased the blade yet, so I'm going to show you guys the order in which the spacers go on, just in case you guys forgot or took it off and don't know how to put it back on. So the blade would sit in between these two. And they both have a keyhole, so make sure you put them on the right way. Then you press in the motor stop, and you would tighten down the nut, and then you're good to go. Close the guide. So this top button's a reset button. Never really had to use those. And then you do have the keyed on and off switch. So it won't work with the key out. But it will work with the key on. So for safety reasons, you guys can take that out or leave it in. So here I was just checking out the different capabilities of the saw and adjusting the blade and the height and the angle. Pretty self-explanatory, so if you guys have any questions, just leave a comment below and I will answer that for you. Alright guys, so that's the unboxing and assembly. I have not put a blade on it yet. I haven't purchased one, but I'm planning to use this probably within the next month or two to tile the entire house that we're buying. So I'm really happy with it. The only thing that, I mean, for the price, for 200 bucks, you can't beat it. So the only thing that sucks is one of the bearings did break in transport. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to order 3 bearings, a little bit better quality bearings online, and then I'll get those installed. I don't want to return the saw for just one little bearing because something else may be broken on another one. And not due to the quality of the machine, but rather probably the shipping. Probably because of the shipping is the reason why it was broken. Overall, I'm really happy with how easy it was to put together. I did have to tap at the bottoms, you guys saw that. I did that so that when I take it off of the stand and put it back on the stand, it'll just go real smooth and I'm not going to be kind of messing up those bolts. It looks like they powder coated over the threads, so I just decided to tap it out, make them clean again, and then now the bolts just went in. Really, really easy. Yeah, I'll get a video up of me using it for the first time and testing the water pump out and everything. I unplugged the water pump when I turned it on so that it's not sucking dry in. Other than that, very happy guys, and I will see you in the next video.